right, after the downgrading, the retaliating, you got to wonder, because Standard & Poor's ripping the Justice Department's $5 billion fraud lawsuit has nothing more than a very, very pricey tit for tat, saying that it is being punished for having the nerve to knock America's AAA debt credit rating down. Charlie Gasparino, what do you make of that? Because Moody's and Fitch Investors,
well,
they were not knocked down.
I've done a lot of reporting on this. Listen, their behavior was despicable, but so was Moody's and the other ones. I would say in the government's defense, there were some problematic emails on S&P's part.
No, I'm not dismissing any of that. Only one of those firms. Only one of those firms downgraded the U.S.
They looked at everybody's emails. They come up with some real bad stuff. And by the way, if you have to make a case, you need evidence of intent that you intentionally were keeping these mortgage bond ratings high. That said, you can't make a whole case on emails, and the egregious behavior of the rating agencies spanned all of them. And let's face it, this is the only one that downgraded the U.S. And
Charles Payne, why the only one?
Congratulations, S&P. You finally came out and said what everybody else knew. That's right. You were targeted because you embarrassed this administration. That AAA thing, they can never get it back. That is a stain on President Obama's resume forever, and the White House will never forgive him.
Don't you think they deserve to be investigated? I mean, just take.
I think if we go,
then investigate them all. Dagan, I would say investigate them all if that's the case, because I believe I'm hardly a defender of these guys. I remember how they were giving pristine ratings to questionable debt, but they were not the only ones doing it. So I'm saying what's good for the goose should be good for all the gander here, and it's not.
I never believed, I was not a conspiracy theorist on this note, but given what we know now.
I lived my life in that world.
I know, but given what we've seen out of this administration just in the last year, doesn't it make you think, question everything that this administration does? When you're talking about the Justice Department going after Fox News' James Rose, and you talk about the IRS scandal, you talk about the NSA.
Jamie Dimon has the temerity to speak up against them.
And that's a guy who used to have a Disney Fast Pass to the Oval Office, and then he started criticizing him, and then he was investigated.
You got to hold your nose with this one, then.
Well, Ben Stein also, and you don't have to be in the black helicopter crowd to at least connect some dots here. You know, Texas starts a voter ID law, then a quick lawsuit. Arizona, it says it's tired of the Fed's incompetent illegal immigrant crackdown. It cracks down on its own. It gets a lawsuit. There does seem to be a pattern.
To the administration and to Eric Holder, whom I think of as the minister of fear, the lawsuit is the truncheon, the brass knuckles, and the shiv of what the Chicago Mafia would have done. Anytime anybody does anything they don't like, wham, they hit them with a lawsuit. The government's got a lot of lawyers, they've got a lot of time on their hands, and wham, they hit them with a lawsuit. And a lawsuit is a nightmare. And yes, I absolutely believe all the rating agencies screwed up. I absolutely find it extremely odd this is the one they went after. And as you say, you cannot lift a finger against Obama without worrying about getting sued.
Adam, what do you make of that?
Well, as Ben likes to say, with all due respect, I think this is an outrageously silly thesis to suggest that the President of the United States or the Secretary of the Treasury, whose business this is, would say to the Attorney General, hey, let's go sue these guys. And Ben, why them? It's S&P. Come on, Ben.
Between S&P and Moody's.
Come on, there are other big ratings agencies.
I don't know, they're the market leader. We don't know that they haven't investigated Moody's and Fitch. We know that they've sued S&P.
The only thing I would say is this, is that the evidence on S&P is pretty bad.
Fine.
It's there. It's there. I did not see the evidence on Moody's.
Okay, what do you make, Dagan? In the end, how far does this go?
I think it ends.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Take it, final word. Charlie, final word. Great seeing you guys. Up next, get ready for a September to remember in D.C., and not just a decision.